योगी राम सूरत कुमार की जय। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया राम 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 भगवान श्री योगीराम सूरत कुमार की जय। सर्वं योगीराम सूरत कुमारार्पणमस्तु। Let us offer our gratitude and love and pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagavan for this great fortune of singing His name, His powerful name, in His powerful shrine. We have offered the Nama lotuses. Now we shall see one more story read out to Bhagavan as told by Papa Ramdas. We all know generally the mongoose and serpent are enemies. They always fight with each other. And this mongoose would come and fight with all its strength. But the serpent has the poison, so it will bite into this mongoose and inject its poison. Now the mongoose will lose its strength, feel tired and run away from the place. It would find the right herb somewhere which it instinctively knows. It would eat up that, and then the poison would drain away, and then the mongoose would feel new strength, a new enthusiasm, a new spirit to fight. So it would come running to the battlefield. Now again, the fight would start, and in the course of the fight, the serpent would bite the mongoose with its poison. Now the mongoose, once again, will be affected so much that it would lose all its strength and run away until it would find the herb, the right herb, and do away with the poison and return to the field to fight again. So this would go on several times. The mongoose would be bitten by the serpent, and every time it would run away, only to come back invigorated and ready to fight again. But then the serpent would continuously fight without any source for invigoration. So in the course of the fight, at last, the serpent would lose all its strength and finally would be killed by the mongoose. This is the nature of the fight between the mongoose and the serpent. Now Papa Ramdas has told the story to make a point. The people of the world, with their strong attachments to people and objects of the world, at one time would begin to suffer. The very source of joy would turn into source of sorrow. And they would think they've had enough of this world, and they would want to run away from the world. They would go to a temple or an ashram or to a great master for some time, and in the presence of the great master or the deity, they would feel rejuvenated and charged. Then they would return to the world. But once they return to the world, once again they get preoccupied with this and that of the world. So much so, everything would become once again a source of joy, and then things would turn by a twist, and they would begin to suffer. The very objects of joy would turn into objects of grief. And once again, like the mongoose bitten by the serpent, and would suffer from the poison of the serpent. Now these people, the householders and others, who would stay put in the world because of their strong attachments, would begin to feel once again a dispassion for everything that they held in esteem. And they would run once again to the ashram or the temple or to a great master. When they would sit with the master's energy, his blessings, his satsang would rejuvenate once again. Now Papa Ramdas says that the householders or those people who are bound to the world by their attachment would now and then come to an ashram or to the great master, so that little by little the vairagya, the dispassion for the objects and people of the world would grow up, until finally they give up everything and go after God. Then he says, in any ashram, they would allow only 3 days for people to stay. And it's good. For 3 days, when you go back, you would long for this atmosphere. You wouldn't want to go away at all. But then you would be forced to go, so that would create a sharp longing to come back. And you would think highly of the people and the place, and long, and that way you would spiritually grow up. But he gives us another story where a flock of sheep, they would be grazing the whole day in the hot sun. In the evening, they would feel very thirsty. Now, affected by the thirst, they would start to look for water. They would generally be up on the mountain, eating the grass and the leaves. Now, from their height, they would look for a water body somewhere. And they would find a crystal clear stream some half a mile or 1 mile away. They would feel very happy. They would jump in joy and run over to the stream. You can imagine their happiness when they sight the stream. And as soon as they find, the sheep would walk into the water, cool themselves, because they would be burning with the heat of the sun the whole day. Now it's quite a joy to be able to be in the water, and they would drink up to their heart's content. And then they would continue to stay put for some more time because it's very comfortable. But after some time, they would begin to pass urine and motion into the water. Now that their initial thirst is over, they would continue to be in the water just for the comfort of it. And in the course of time, they wouldn't think this water is pure, meant for drinking, but they would stay on, indulge. And then what happens? They would dirty the water by passing urine and motion into it. So Papa Ramdas says, the householders and people who are bound to the world, not yet ripe, to find their place in an ashram, they would come, and of course, they would feel very much drawn to the place, to the great master, would sit around for quite some time. But after that, when it is long enough, not just 3 days, but much longer than that, everything would become casual. The great master himself, they would lose their high veneration for him. They would begin to find faults. They would begin to find fault with everything around in the ashram, with the master, with the people around. And the whole thing would lose its charm and attraction. So Papa Ramdas says, coming and staying in an ashram for a long time, instead of sharpening your thirst, your longing for God, would make it very casual because you're not yet ripe for it. And then you would begin to gossip, you would begin to find fault with the great master himself and the ashram and the people who are serving. So he says, it's enough if people of the world come and stay in an ashram just for 3 days, for a short time, so that they would go back loaded with the longing to come back again. When people come to the ashram, if Bhagwan is their only goal, they would not look this side or that side. They would not stop to gossip. They would not find fault with people. If possible, they would serve with devotion. But then, if Bhagwan is their only focus, that would be fine. But soon, Bhagwan also becomes very casual, and then their attention is drawn to this and that. Above all, they would begin to demand special attention and respect, and a special treatment in the ashram. Once when Bhagwan was seated there in the chair next to Bhagwan's murti, and people were allowed to come inside in a line. Suddenly there was a commotion outside, some noise, somebody was shouting, and there seemed to be a quarrel outside. Then Bhagwan asked his attendant, Selvaraj, what is it? What is going on? Then Selvaraj reported that there was a quarrel because some devotee wanted to come earlier than others. He wanted some time with you, and when they said, this is the rule here, they could not take it and they're fighting. Then you know what Bhagwan said? These devotees, they come to the ashram to learn to give up their ego. But then what happens is the reverse. After coming to the ashram, they start demanding attention and special treatment. They begin to find fault with everyone and everything else. So let us remember all that was told by Papa Ramdas and Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar, so that when we go to a temple or an ashram or to a great master, our focus should be only on him, the great master or the deity. And that's when we can benefit the most. But the distractions, if one is not ripe enough, one is still bound to the world. And then even coming to an ashram is a change for them. then the politics would continue there. Everything would become politics with them. We have to remember what the great ones have said about it and behave accordingly with our attention all the time on the deity of the temple or the great master of the ashram. I was saying yesterday, I read somewhere, Raman Bhagwan says, if there are thoughts on the mind, it is distraction. If there are no thoughts, then it is meditation. We don't stop with the thoughts alone. We begin to gossip. We begin to imagine things at the remark of somebody. Using our imagination, we build upon it. And then we make it out as the only truth to people. This we find oftentimes happening in the ashrams and temples. So let's remember all this and submit our today's prayer to the lotus feet of Bhagwan. Bhagwan, we beg you again and again and again for your immediate divine intervention to change the way of the present world, where there is so much violence going on everywhere. We beg you to bring in a dharmic normalcy. Please bring in peace, harmony, order, and discipline to the way of life of people. There is only growing enmity and misunderstanding. People live the way they like and create a philosophy to suit themselves, to justify. There is already the war going on with its devastating results. And then there is the killer disease that attacks us all of a sudden. And then the furies of nature like the earthquake, flash flood and forest fire and whatnot. Bhagwan, we beg you to stop the war immediately. We have had enough of this war. It's been going on for nearly 1.5 years now. And there is no stopping it. Only you can do it. We beg you to stop it immediately. And there should be no mention of war at all between the countries. We also beg you to keep under your control the killer diseases and the furies, the violence of nature. Kali Yuga is full of asuras. In those days, in the early days, in the Treta Yuga and Dwapara Yuga, the Krita Yuga, the first Yuga, there were two different communities. The asuras were one community, and the devas were another, and there was a constant war between the two. And in the following yugas, in Mahabharata time, we see the cousins themselves fight among themselves. The Kauravas, greater in number, the evil people, and the virtuous people, only 5 in number. And there was this constant war and enmity between the two. And now in Kali Yuga, there are only asuras. This is what many people say. So many asuras, God cannot afford to take an avatar because He has to take an avatar again and again and again, endlessly and frequently. So what happens in Kali Yuga is He sends great masters, Mahatmas, and instead of Ramavatar or Krishnavatar, Namavatar takes place to suit the particular cross-sections of people and the place and the time. So we beg you, Bhagwan, instead of killing the asuras of the Kali Yuga, we want you to kill the asuric thoughts so that we would be cleansed of them. We also beg you to reach out to those people who have been stranded in varied parts of the world for some reason or the other, because of some attack of their past karma. They are caught in the trap of agony and they suffer without help or protection. We beg you to reach out to them and do the needful. We also beg you to protect all those unselfish people who have been slogging for the all-round welfare of others from undeserved attacks, unworthy criticisms and reproaches and aspersion, for they come in the way of their constructive, creative work. We also beg you to promote the economy of the country and the growth in varied fields of activity, a very special growth, a very rich growth in varied fields of activity, that soon India would become the world teacher, running the whole world in the path of Dharma. We seek your blessings, we pray for your blessings in all earnestness and intensity and sincerity, for ceaseless and joyful chanting of your powerful name, an unbroken remembrance of your teachings and leelas, so that we assimilate and make them into our Atma Shakti. We beg you to bless us to be only sattvic instruments in your hands and not Rakshasic elements. Bhagwan, please bless us to run our everyday life as an offering to you and not be caught by the snares of Maya. We also seek that ultimate state of bliss and peace, but then we need to be purified. We are unripe. Our minds are full of growing desires for worldly possessions, and because of which there is so much fear, anger, jealousy, competition, passion, and self-pride. But all these have to be removed from the mind, and we take refuge in your powerful Nama. Have you not said the Nama is the most powerful weapon to destroy our past sins and prevent us from further sins? It has the power to destroy the past sins and therefore the latent tendencies of fear, anger, etc. Wherever we are in the world, whatever work we are doing, we know the very world, the whole cosmos belongs to you. It is your creation, and every work in this cosmos is your work. Knowing it, we should do it as service to you, in the spirit of surrender to you, and that joyfully, without any unhealthy competition or jealousy. Then all that would turn into Atma Shakti. And Bhagwan, please bless us to practice acceptance of whatever life brings to us, be it a joy or sorrow, coming from you. It can only be a great blessing meant for our spiritual growth. If there is no suffering at all, we would not turn to you at all. Our past karma, any bad karma of the past, would bear fruit in this birth, but God, being God, puts a blessing also in it. And the blessing would turn the adversity into transformation. Every suffering that we get in life is not only the effect of our past karma, it also carries a blessing from God for our spiritual transformation. As we grow, we should be able to feel your vibrant presence everywhere and in everything. Please bless us to know that it is your sankalpa, your will, that's behind all the happenings of life, all the happenings of the world. Even the wars are because of your sankalpa. And people who declare there is no God at all, they do so by your sankalpa, because they themselves are you in their forms. And Bhagavan, more importantly, please bless us to be able to see that hidden grace even in the most devastating experience of life. When it hits us, we collapse and we try to move away from you, thinking that you have let us down. And yet, for those of us who chant the name of God and do seva, your Father would convert all the sufferings, all the adversities into great blessings. It is your promise to us. Please bless us to be grateful to you, even for the adversities of life. We seek your powerful blessings for all the species of the cosmos, in whatever state of being they are, to be lifted to a higher plane. And finally, we who have been seeking only solutions, solution after solution, endlessly, for our endless problems of life, now seek dissolution. Dissolution of what? The root cause of all our sufferings, our identity with the body, the aham bhavam, which leads us all to endless vicious cycle of births and deaths. Bhagavan, we beg you for liberation, freedom from this, and bless us with Atma Bhava. We seek that immortal life, that eternal living and eternal servitude to you, that eternal supreme entity. Jai Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar.